everyone, welcome to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show, episode number 47. I'm Bethany, this is Sparky, and this is Finn, our nervous little puppy. Hello, bud.
Well, that sounded much better than mine.
What, your intro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm good at intros. Hi, everyone on TikTok, and we're going to jump right in, and I'll start with the long ones. You got your short ones over there. So, Mama Gail said, oh, kisses.
Thank you.
He likes you. All right, hello. I love your account and appreciate the info you provide. Thank you. She's talking about me. Quick question. My apologies if you've answered this elsewhere. Oh, puppy questions, recycle them all the time. No problem. Should I wake a sleeping puppy who's sleeping in their crate for meal times? I wake for the first meal of the day, 5:45 a.m. Woo! And had been doing that, waking up, potty training purposes as well. Now my 13-week-old puppy can sleep through the night. I'm not concerned about accidents, but I want to know if I should keep him on his schedule or let him sleep till he wakes and lets me know he's awake. I'm at home, so I'm flexible. Thank you for your question, or considering my question. Okay, so I think that you should, two things. I think that you should build up the time that your puppy is in crate. He's telling you to add 15 to 30 minutes during the day to his crate time. So I do think you should build it, but I don't think you should always wait for your puppy to wake up and let you know they're awake, because then they start to feel in control of when they're being allowed out of crate. And before you know it, you'll have a 5-6 month old pushy puppy that's barking and demanding, like, I'm awake, I want to do things, and who's not sleeping as much, stuff like that. And so that would be my advice. What do you think?
It empowers them. No, I'm tagging on. I think it's the same thing. Though I do have a principle of don't wake the sleeping baby, and I think puppies are babies, unless it's for mealtime, because I think that mealtime is a big, important structure part. Yeah. So I don't wake the dog, and if the dog wakes up, I still actually don't let them out when they whine, and when they wake up, I'll kind of still make it a thing where they wake up, I'll move in there, and maybe move out of the room a couple times. I'll move in, I'll open the door, pause, close it, open it, pause, and then do my break, put on the harness, leash them up, and then take them out for the potty. So I control it in that sense. But yeah, I don't wake up puppies, especially when they're sleeping, because I know that now I can start tacking on time, just like Bethany said.
Yep. All right, you want to do a short one? We'll go back and forth. I'm getting kisses.
He opened up. He
so
likes
cute.
to smell my beard more.
He's
Not
so
sure if
cute.
that's a compliment. My breakfast's still there. All right.
Yeah. It's
That's
your
horrible.
flavor saver.
Horrible. I think Ricky just died a little bit inside. All right. From Wilson and Lilicoy. All right, I did it, guys. I'm proud of myself. My 13-month golden seems to be teething again. Chewing on soft toys. Could it be molars?
No.
Teething again? No. 13-month dogs don't teeth again.
You have a golden. I mean, you have the rest of their lives. They're teething for the rest of their lives.
I also think they're just biting more.
Yeah.
I think that you probably have maybe a dog that's hitting one of the last stages of adolescence. Usually 12 to 16 months is when you get it. Oh, hello there, pal.
He's like, I don't know her.
He likes me more.
I haven't worked with him.
But yeah, I would say that you're getting maybe one of the final stages of adolescence, so testing boundaries, starting to nip a little bit more. I'd go through my 3-strike rule, redirection, addressing it with like a body block, and then maybe even taking a deep breath and putting them back in crate, let them settle down. Or you can address it, which tends to be Bethany's more go-to for older dogs like yours.
Don't speak for me.
Which would be leash pressure, addressing it, stepping in, firm body block, and then eventually redirect into like a training session.
He's right.
To work through something. I know I'm right. I hear you 30 times a week say this. I know I'm right. You want to add to that later on?
No. I 13-month-old. It's different. You know, you need to be firmer. You need to have more boundaries. I will say you might have said this, but I was just thinking about how if I had worked with Finn, he would like me better. But I haven't worked with him. Anyway, that's Finn.
I haven't worked with him either.
Whatever. Anyway, no cloth toys to play with and to like have around. Cloth toys are meant for tug. Like tug, drop it. You know, tug, drop it. Maybe throw it. For a cloth toy, we don't do as much throwing. Maybe inside, but those are tug toys. And so none of those should be laying around, especially because if they have like a piece of hard cloth on them from like an ear that's sewn or a squeaker, it encourages them to target that and start to pull it apart. So chew toys, totally fine. If you still want to have Kongs out or those types of Nylabones or rubber stuff that are safe, that's perfectly fine if you want to do that, but let's stick with anything that is like stringy, rope, those things are for play. So they should be up and away somewhere. You bring them down, you play, good boy, and then you put them away. So let's have that discipline as well as the telling him no, if he gets really, really mouthy with the leash or other things, because this is very likely to venture into other areas. Okay, moving on. I'll do another long one. Wilson and what? Wait, what? You getting in 2 questions? Oh, look at you. Wilson and Lilicoy. We got a lot of questions too, and you're getting in 2. Okay, 13-month-old is the same people. All right. 13-month-old putting her brakes on to get to the back seat of the SUV. She loves car rides, but I can't seem to get her in, even with high-value treats. I've practiced hopping up, short ledges, putting her paws up, and she brakes really hard when I open the car door. We do a lot of socialization as a younger pup. Any tips? Socialization that isn't related to the car.
Before you start this, can I read another one here? It's the same thing, so we can answer both questions.
Yeah, sure.
From my pup used to love going in the car and now hates it, won't go near it, and panics once it's in motion.
This is Kenzie King. All right, so 2 questions that, in my opinion, have totally different answers and are not related. We're going to start with one and then jump into the other. Okay, so for the Wilson and the Lilicoy, socialization I don't think has anything to do with it. Your dog just doesn't want to jump up. Maybe you've picked him up a lot in the past when he was this size, which didn't happen for very long, but that's a really common thing. And it's really funny, man, the car thing stumps a lot of people, but it's so funny. So, I'm sorry, I'm laughing in my head because this is so common. So you're not weird, but this is really common. We see this all the time. Put leash on your dog, get the food, open both back doors of the SUV, and target them in the bottom part of the step. Stop targeting them to the seat.
Much bigger jump.
And stop doing, I don't know if this is you, but every time I work with someone, they're pulling the leash up in the air this way. And it needs to be forward. So you literally need to be bending over and giving horizontal pressure into that lower part of the SUV. And good job. And then the seat, really take your time. But that's probably not even gonna work on your first day. Your first day, get in the car. So both back doors are open, so it feels nice and open. You get into the car and coax him into that bottom step. That's what I would do. You might need 2 people if he's really, really got a mental block where a friend or spouse or something goes on the other side and says, what a good boy, crawls in, and then you're doing the leash pressure to coach him. That's what I would do. And if you need to, go get a toy box or something like that. I don't know, something in the house that's semi-sturdy, and let him step up onto that, and then the back seat. Because obviously we know he can jump that high. That's not the issue. The issue is he's gotten away with not listening to leash pressure and ignoring food, and now he's stuck. And so you got to get creative to unstuck him. And then when it comes to the panicky one, you want to take that one? Since it's totally different than mine.
It sounds like it's just fear. So as someone who is not a super slow driver,
which is a whole nother conversation.
It tends to happen to me a little bit more often with my dogs.
Than me.
Yeah, who's a very, very slow
Slow to speed up, slow to slow down when you have kids or animals in the seat.
Mm-hmm. So it took me building my dog up to be able to go a little bit faster in the car, but I basically introducing it.
You conditioned your dog to be able to handle you driving like a maniac in LA?
She leans with it. She does. She leans with my drive. But it took some time to get her there. I did actually have to drive really slow. She was obviously a nervous dog, but I went 3 stages. So my dog weighs 85, 90 pounds, so she's a big dog. So there was no crate going into my Beamer, no matter what I tried. But what I did do is I seatbelted her in. I prevented back and forth movement of her pacing my back seat. I put her in the middle seat so she couldn't really move. And then I also helped her just calm down and relax. It took a lot of conditioning to get her to lay down in the car and settle, and it literally was me getting in the car, putting her in the back seat belting her in, just sitting in my driveway,
and not going anywhere necessarily.
Turning on the car, keeping it in park, and then conditioning her to lay down for food and building up confidence and comfortability. Just getting to stay there, and then eventually I'd put it in the drive, and she'd stand up. Haven't even moved. Just put it in the drive. She felt the gear shift. I know. And then eventually put it back in the park. Have her lay down. And I did that. Yeah, I did that for a couple days, not even getting out of the driveway, and I slowly built her to going around the block, going a few houses down, coming back, until eventually now she knows how to leave with the car.
Yeah.
With it.
The other thing I would say is I would never say this, but another trainer might say this, which is only feed your meals in the car. And if the 13-month-old, Kinsey, I don't know how old your pup is. If your pup is under 6 months old, you can't be as strict about this, but it's like if your pup doesn't want to eat, it's not like you're not offering food. It's just, I just want you to sit in the car and eat, and you get 15 minutes. Okay, well, we'll try again at dinner. Okay, well, we'll try again at breakfast, but this needs to be for adolescent dogs. But anyway, to condition them that they go into the car to eat is a big deal. And then to condition them to go in and out, in and out, in and out without the car being turned on, that's another thing. And then you build, to what he said. But bottom line, you got to go from point A to point Z at some point. So the neighborhood, things like that. Be really conscious of slow to slow down and slow to speed up, and try to avoid anything really windy, and that should help you. The big thing is if you do any touch or anything like that, do not do good, it's okay, buddy, it's okay, because dogs do not follow softness. You know how dogs feel confident? They follow confidence. And so instead, it's like, good job, bud, good. And do massage instead of like, it's okay. Instead, you're like, you got this.
I do firm, stern confidence. Good job, you're fine. Settle down.
And
sit
massage.
Down, good, confident.
Yep.
It's like a coach. It'd be a little bit weird if the coach is rubbing your kid's back, but instead they're like, good job, pal. And you're like, yeah, that's not weird.
You say the most inappropriate things when it comes to children. You know that?
I don't have kids, that's why.
I know.
But I can imagine that'd be weird.
You just made half of our audience just like, oh, their whole insides.
And
just
now they're going to stop petting their dog in that way.
Oh, they're also going to stop watching. Okay, anyway, you're welcome. Anyway, everyone, hopefully that gives you some tips.
What? I'm not going to pet you.
Let me do Amy. That's why he likes you, because you're so cold. Okay. He's like, please. Okay. Amy says, hello. I wonder if you have any advice. 8-month-old Cavapoo and a sister's puppy, 10-month-old Maltipoo. So these are adolescent dogs. I always point that out because it is different with over 6 months old. Both male. They played since I know where this is going. They played since the day they met. Their play is rolling around, mouths open, play fighting. Sometimes it leads to my sister's puppy becoming aggressive and going for my puppy. They're not puppies anymore, they're dogs. So that can be a good mindset thing when I get into what I'm about to get into. Not often, but it does happen. We try separating them for breaks, putting a toy in between them to encourage them. To like redirect. Okay. And to play with that, to play tug of war with the toy. All right, I'm with you. But they just want to roll around on top of each other, even if it's a full 12-hour day, however they're long together. We're at a loss on how to make them play better. Okay. You want to do...
There was like 8 stages of that question.
I know.
I forgot the first 5. I got the 12-hour day. That's
how about I talk and you fill in if I'm too mean, okay?
You're always mean, though.
Okay. All right. So, again, these are dogs. And here's the thing. If I move into my dogs, I have a pack. So if I move into my dogs, I'm like, hey, knock it off. And they don't pause and like look at me or slow down, then there's a relationship problem. Now, that's going to make you feel bad because you're going to go home and try that and it's not going to work. And the reason why is because they've been allowed to be gunning for each other since they were puppies. Now, by gunning for each other, I don't mean aggression. I just mean when they see each other, they're like, woohoo, when they get into drive mode.
Lack of impulse control.
Right. You haven't practiced, I'm assuming, you haven't practiced intervening into their play regularly. So when they're together, what you say, what your energy is, they don't care. Like, they're gonna blow off any firmness that you even try to do. And so that sounded like a Debbie Downer, but I do have a plan for you. And so what I'd like you to start doing is 20 things. Okay, one is to have one of the dogs on leashes. So if there's one that's more pushy than the other, you could have them both on a slip leash or drag leash on flat collar. Or if there's just one that's like really gunning for the other one, the Maltese might be triggered by the Cavapoo, who might be a bit bigger and more intense. I mean, I don't know. Then he's the one on leash. And you actually pick up the leash and do pressure, go no, and you do some pressure up in the air, and you move in and you walk in between them, and you might need to block the little Maltese, like, hey, back off, I don't need you anymore because I'm gonna start handling this. And a little pressure and move in to the other dog, which we'll just say is the Cavapoo. I'm sorry if it's the reverse, but anyway, move into the other dog, settle down, block the other dog. This is why you might need 2 leashes to start with. Like, hey guys, settle down, relax your leashes. Dogs are relaxed. If they gun for each other right again in play, as soon as you relax the leash, no, hey, we're all taking a chill pill here. And then you just stand with them a couple minutes, and when they're settled and they're not like waiting to be released to go back and play again, don't say anything, drop the leashes, walk away calmly, and they'll start to get into it again. If this is something you really want to accomplish, that is something you have to do like 20 times in 15 minutes. So in the first few times, that's what leads you to be able to be like, hey, and they're like, okay, we'll slow down, okay? To be preventative, okay? And whenever you feel like they're getting too into it. All right, so that's 1. 2 is they need to be worked around each other. So if your sister's puppy, if your sister has done some basic obedience with her dog and you've done some with yours, then have them on.
Point the finger.
I just found out that like politicians, they don't point because that's rude. And so they do this. So if you ever see politicians doing that, that's like a trained thing. So I'm going to start doing this.
I'll point at people all
It's
day.
not as rude, right? So if you, I don't know, that still feels pretty rude. So if you play with your puppy or train your puppy, have them on leashes and work them around each other. Get them focusing on you, the handlers, while they're around each other. So this is 5 minutes, pocket full of food if you want to use food, and you just go, let's go, and walk by your sister, and stop and sit. And if you're doing place command, if you're not, you should be. But anyway, just 5 minutes, and it could be at the beginning, before play, middle of play, after play. Keep your play to 15 minutes tops.
You may have already said it, but do you want them to work the dogs together, or
yeah,
is
so
one
it's
person
around
doing a
each
side
other.
by side?
I think in the beginning, I could be wrong, but I doubt they have a really, really strong stay where they could watch another dog work and just do a stay.
I'm thinking it's
so
his
you'd
sister
be
holding
moving.
a leash.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Like they know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
They know. You weren't even paying attention.
I'm gonna see two.
That's why I had.
I'm
to
gonna
take,
see one person holding 2 hands of treats, and the dogs jumping across each other to get each other's treat.
You know what?
just
Anyway, your sister has her dog, you have your dog, you're working them off of each other. Movement, stop and sit, place, come, let's go, turns, all that good stuff. And that's what I would work on. And what I was gonna say is they are dogs now. They are not little puppies. And so as they get more and more mature, they're getting,
My language
you're
is
just a
like-
mess,
my
like a
language is-
complete mess. I can't get through this question.
It's got pins and needles. I'm sorry.
I didn't lose my train of thought. Okay, so adolescent dogs. So they are continually getting more and more hormones, even if you neuter them. It's the same with females. They tend to fight more with just other animals and people in general. They get barky, territorial. They start to get their instincts between the 6 months and 2 year mark. So you need to be more careful during this period of time. Less play, more structure, more control, more focus on you. Now I'm moving on. So I totally took over that question since you were lazy, and you can do the short. No. We don't
What
have
about
time.
the toy? What
We don't
about the
have
toy?
time. No toy right now.
Why no toy? That's important. People give toys all the time because they want to teach dogs tug of war. If I have one dog going a little bit more intensely at another dog,
Don't do it.
anytime I put
Not
a
right
toy in
now.
there,
Just not
now
right
there's
now.
competition for a toy.
Yeah,
We'll break that
competition.
down next time.
Just don't do it right now. That was broken down. Is he peeing on you?
I don't know. I thought he was for a second.
You're so paranoid about all the. He's not a peer. He's
I get
good.
peed on quite often.
He's
That's
good.
all. Okay.
He's
Just
so
like
good.
to stop petting my dick.
Here, give him here so you can read the questions. You're so loud, you'll scare him.
Oh God, my leg. Okay. It went to sleep. It's got pins and needles. It's great. Okay. All right. From Jack Butler Official. Can I sign up for a puppy group class now to start after I get the puppy? Heck yes, you can.
Yeah.
I hope you're talking about our online school. You can sign up whenever you want.
We have this thing called an online school. It goes over everything you need to know. Go to thepuppyacademy.com. But if you want to do some socialization work, you might be able to find someone in your area that does socialization even before the 3 booster shots are up, potentially. They'll have like certain protocols set up. Try it. Go seek it out. Find it.
I know Petco's do like a socialization only class. It's not even training, just socialization. So if you find another trainer to do your training and then you want them for socialization, it's always an option for you as well.
Okay.
All right.
How to get a pup? You're so smart.
You had your questions. Come, Amanda. How to get a puppy to play with toys who is scared of them? You got to build up drive. I'm totally letting you take this one because I don't build drive around toys.
Are you going to do any work today at all? I'm just curious.
I'm going to smile.
Like, I'm just curious.
My pearly whites. I mean, that's what I'm going to
Oh, okay. So you could try a squeaker, but I kid you not. Sometimes squeakers scare dogs. So the reason there's a squeaker is because it sounds like an animal. And so that builds drive in dogs, okay? As long as it doesn't scare your dog, because I've absolutely had that happen. So you could try a squeaker. He really wants you. He just doesn't know me, and he's just like really unhappy.
Buddy. He don't like you.
I like him. Okay, that's why he doesn't like me, because I like him, because dogs sense neediness and then they cut you off. Okay, anyway. Take your toy and keep it low and kind of just swoop it, on the floor. And get excited, but don't get too loud, because that can honestly be a bit of a distraction. Try the squeaker and try sliding it on the ground, okay? And then whenever they like are about to get it, kind of pull it away excitedly. We do not do this. This is so weird. I'm like building drive. We do not do this with almost everybody. We're like, hold it in front of you, claim the toy. So see, I can adapt. It's not that way with every dog. So you kind of pull it away a little bit and play with it yourself, and then kind of toss it and woohoo, and just really have fun with it. Do not do big throws. This needs to be in a room where your dog is the most comfortable. That could be a bedroom, okay? And all you're doing is like little tosses, and then they're like, I don't know what to do with that. And grab it, pull it back, and don't be so animated that it distracts from what you're trying to do. So it is kind of tough. So anyway, sorry, I got super distracted because someone just did something really awesome to ask a question. They held up a sign. Okay, anyway, that's one of the things that you can do. It should be a tug toy, not a ball, but who knows? Go buy 3 different types of toys, a soft tug toy that's really comfortable to grip onto. Like the plushies, they don't have any stuffing in them and they have squeakers. Some other type of tug toy, maybe that doesn't have a squeaker in case the squeaker scares them. And then a ball, just to see if maybe a bouncing, but don't throw it, but a bouncing ball and then kind of letting it go is more fun. Something about tennis balls, dogs sometimes really like the feel of, especially puppies. It's not good to let them gnaw on it, but that can be another way that you build drive. That's actually how I built drive with my German Shepherd, who was a rescue that wouldn't play ball. But anyway, finally, if you have any friends and their dogs play fetch, let your dog watch them, because dogs will learn quicker from their own species than from you. Okay, I'm done.
I thought that was a 30-second or less question.
No, you don't know me at all. Like at all.
All right. Rhiannon Gonzalez. If it's time to go out for potty, but my pup is still sleeping in the kennel, should I wake him up? No. I try to see how long I can keep him asleep. But when he does wake up, I won't let him out right away, especially if he's whining because he has to go potty. I'll still make him wait for a couple seconds in the crate. If you get a potty accident, I'm sorry now, but you'll just know for next time that you do have to wake him up. Again, I don't wake the sleeping baby, but when they do wake up, I'll make them wait a couple seconds before taking them out.
If you're on a schedule because you have to go to work, don't change it.
Yeah, don't
That's
change
the
it.
exception.
This is more about figuring out whether your puppy can sleep a little bit longer, and this is a great way to tell. Look for a cycle. If it happens multiple times, you can probably add in 15-30 minutes of their time.
A cycle of what?
Of them sleeping in the crate longer than their actual schedule. Oh, did you just do what I do to you all the time?
Yeah. Some clarification for the
I
audience.
love that. Oh, I hate that. I hated that so much.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to do it all the time now. This is so good.
Man. Is that why I do it to you? All right.
Maybe. I thought you were being helpful. I didn't know you were just being mean.
Well, I was being helpful, but I realize I hate it now. All right. How do you desensitize my puppy to touch near his face, eyes, teeth, etc.?
Wait, what?
How to desensitize my puppy to touch near his face, eyes, teeth, etc.
Okay.
We call it counter conditioning. So what I do
doing
is
it right now.
I'm kind of massaging the chest, getting my dog comfortable. I might even come up here slowly, go for an ear, good, come back to massaging. If I have a puppy that won't even allow me to do this, still a lot of frustration, I'll use some food. I might even come up to the lip, lift up the lip, rub the gum a little bit. Good. Handful of food.
And then back to massage or belly scratches.
Soothing, and face, come under the eyes, clean it with the tissue. Good.
Back to massage.
Don't rush it. You're not there to do a job.
Your
job is literally helping them learn how to become comfortable with it. A lot of good groomers will actually do a puppy cut before any other cut on a dog. A puppy cut is usually just doing the beauty cut, which is like the face, cleaning the face up, giving them a bath, softly introducing all these different things. I find that all my favorite groomers all do puppy cuts, which is sanitary cut, trimming the long hair near the butt and the private area, cutting the hair next to the eyes, sometimes not even that, and just kind of giving them a really soothing massage bath to where they may not even be super clean, but you're building up your puppy to be comfortable doing it. A puppy that gets rushed into this, they come to Puppy Academy every single day, and we have to teach them all over again how to be desensitized to being handled.
So make it a routine, 3 to 5 minutes every night. You get to pet your puppy, and you're mixing in some handling in between. If you don't want to do 5 minutes of handling every night to work on this with your puppy, then don't pet your puppy during the day. That's how I get clients to do it.
Ooh, girl.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then food. So the big one is food, and I've lost the questions.
Where's my paper go?
Oh, here we go.
Take
the big one is food. Don't forget food. We didn't have food in here. That's why I didn't show you. But it's like, get that to be a really, really common part of your routine as well. All right, stop torturing. Oh, he likes you. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. There has never been a dog that likes you more than me. Okay. Sinduai says that was just the one we answered. I don't know where we are.
This one.
Okay, cool. What do I need? Oh, what do I need to have when my puppy comes home? Jack Butler. This is a really, really
We got an
great
hour still, yeah?
thing. We don't have a handout for this, right? We have the puppy schedule.
We have a checklist in our online school.
Ooh, we have a checklist in our online school that you could look at. You could pay for the checklist. Okay, no. So first of all, DM us that you want our puppy schedule. That's the first thing you need, and that does come in Instagram for free. DM us puppy potty training
Get that
schedule.
before you get your puppy,
Yeah.
100%.
Now. That way you need to have a plan, basically. You need to have chew toys, and so that means like not plushy, not cloth. It's like Nylabone, Kong. They actually have pastel Kongs for puppies, especially if it's going to be a small breed puppy. You need to know the type of food you get. You need a crate that is either got a divider in it or it's not going to be too big for your puppy. Very important. You need to puppy-proof your home. You need healthy treats. I like real meat dog food because it's like a treat, but it's dog food, so it's healthy. And
Ziwis also really good
yes,
food.
Ziwis also. I think it's even
I almost
more
said Zooks.
expensive.
You would have killed me.
Stop.
Ziwis.
Ziwis or real meat. And let's see, what else? You need a harness, a collar, ID tags. The collar and ID tags are on the puppy right away. Let him get used to it. You need a leash. You need 2 cheap nylon leashes. Don't go get your fancy cute stuff yet. Don't go get a fancy dog bed yet. Your dog's just going to chew it up. You need some old towels, okay? That's what you need. And then, what else?
You said old towels. A lot of really quality breeders will actually give you some of the towels that the mother laid on.
Yeah.
The dog mother laid on.
Yeah.
So it kind of creates this comfort. You could also do the little dog toy thing with the heartbeat. Just make sure you're monitoring your dog a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a dog. Okay, I don't know who you are today. You're just not on it. So there is a plushie dog toy that has a heartbeat, or you just not wanting to do any work today. Is that what it is? I'm not sure.
Sleepy.
It's not like you. Okay, so heartbeat has a heating pad in it. It really can help. A lot of it is about the warmth. It can help that transition because the first couple of weeks are really rough. Don't coddle your puppy. Don't hold your puppy for 2 weeks. Work them from day 1 for food, hand feeding, and I'm done. We're moving on. All right. So what's the added one?
Do you want to do the last 2 next week, or do you want to get through them now?
We have this thing. What's
I
this
hate
paper?
pushing
We
off
also
till
have
next
this
week.
How to get a puppy used to a cat.
Used to a cat. Just existence on leash, food work, respect. Don't allow the puppy to just pounce on the cat if the cat doesn't like it. But if the cat is playful, you can kind of let that go a little bit. But you're going to need to use some blocking and spatial pressure. Dragging around a leash is key. And make sure your puppy learns a boundary around the cat tree.
That's key.
That's really, really important. And food.
Same thing for older
Take your
dogs
time.
too. Same thing for older dogs.
Oh yeah. C. Taylor says, I tried all of this. Oh no. All
And
right.
this is going off of my puppy growls
when we move him. So if we have a growly puppy, I tried all of your tips and they didn't work. Okay, no, that's not what she said. I tried all of this, but once he got into the crate, he still went crazy. I've watched all the videos. I swear I've tried everything, but I think he's always just going to hate his crate. See, Taylor, if you're watching this, we need more details. We would really, well, I
want a video.
today, because he's not doing anything today.
I want a video.
We really would like to have more details, even a video, but no, I mean like age, breed, and that's really the main thing, and specifically like what you're doing, what you've tried, and what you're experiencing. Because if we're getting into separation anxiety territory, I can't give advice if I don't know how old this dog is. I can give you the normal advice, but you've already heard that clearly. So please give us some details, and we'll go over this in detail next time that we do this. All right. Is there another one on this?
I'd also suggest you need to hire a private trainer to come work with you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're dealing with anxiety at that level,
Absolutely.
instead of waiting another week for us, start researching balanced dog trainers who do behavioral modification training.
Yes, absolutely.
This sounds like a modification training situation.
Yeah. All right, guys. Oh, so we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Maybe Sparky will show up.